The biggest question I have these days, and I discuss a lot with other parents, with my husband, any other person, is how do we raise content children? Especially looking at the way the world is moving, the influences from social media, and the way peer pressure is so subtle that you do not even, it's not in your face, where nobody comes to you and say that, okay, follow me and do drugs, follow me and do this. It comes in a subtle way, or follow me to go this place. So the question is, especially with our boys getting into teenage now, starting secondary school, being in secondary school, rubbing shoulders with different people from different backgrounds. How do you ensure, or how do we ensure that they remain content so that they are not influenced by negativity or false lifestyle or fake lifestyle? Yes, that is the topic that I want us to discuss and to look into. At least it's a food for thought. If you're a parent and you haven't been thinking of it, even the best is to start when your children are even from 5. I remember when we were younger, my mom, I never understood why she had a poultry farm actually. So eggs was nothing. And she had a provision shop. That's how we will call it from Ghana. So like maybe she had something like Tesco, we will call it. So she had everything. So when she's coming home, she brings the shop home. So if it's cooked, everything is in cartons. But my mom, most of the time, when she's sharing eggs, boil it, she'll cut it into 2. It's half. If it's cooked on Sundays, she will call us, and then she will, everybody, she'll bring cups. And you're thinking, but there's so much in the storeroom. Why are you sharing? Why don't you give us 4 bottles? It never made sense to me, even till I got married and I had one of our children. She came to help us. And she saw that I was giving them eggs or Coke, like, you know, when you buy things, you just give them the full bottle, the full egg. And she's like, no, you don't do that. I've noticed that you're always share it, so they learn to share. So they learn to know that it's not every home that can provide full access to full egg, full bottle of Coke, Fanta, whatever it is. Let them always share, even though they know there is a lot there. That way they're able to survive wherever they go, and they will be content wherever. They will not cry within themselves. So she said, no, from today you're not going to do that. First day I did that, tantrums. Nobody understood it. Why have you cut my egg into 2? Why have you done that? And she said, have you noticed? That is exactly what they will do to embarrass you. You go to another person's house, they'll give them half egg, or they'll share a bottle of Coke, and they will not understand. And I know I've been to parties where they will ask me, oh, since then I've been practicing that. Of course, every now and then you still give them the 4. When you're out, you give them the 4 bottle, but at least at the back of their mind, when you give them half, they don't complain because they know it's the norm. If they're giving quarter, they know it's the norm. That is what is available, and that has been given them. I go to parties and other parents will be like, why are you giving them half? I said, no, it's okay. Let them share it. Because you want to train them in that way, to be content. So how do we raise content children? And I think these are things that if we as parents, we don't start early, we don't realize how the little things like this sharing of food, it helps, it adds up and contributes to them being content with what they have. Contentment, being content with who you are, being content with where you are from, being content with who their family is, your background, your color, everything about you, your parents, where you stay, being content and happy. And we can only do that from childhood by having, number 1, having discussions on what is valuable to them, the importance, or even teaching them about their own background so that they know the value, who your grandparents are, what sort of life they lived. Share the positives. We will have many stories of friends we all started with that lived a certain type of lifestyle when we're in secondary school, university, but now you see them and you realize that because they've been living this fake lifestyle, it has not ended them well. Be frank to share such stories with them. It doesn't matter how young they are. Children listen, because only examples can help them to also form their own information and to realize that if mommy and daddy have been in this situation and now at their stage they're giving me this advice, you may think they're not listening, but they do. At least a little will stay. I'm always content with what I have, because our parents always made it a point to explain. If they don't have, they will tell you. If they have, you will also know. So don't be scared. Don't shield your children from knowing your status, where you are, what you can afford, what you cannot. Because it's the age, I notice our boys, is the age they are going in where they are. The one way that you can also notice is their shopping taste changes. Now you cannot even choose for them. They have their own idea of certain designers that they want. But you still have to bring them back in. Not that you cannot afford it, but let them know, because it's all coming from somewhere, because they've seen a friend is wearing it. Even with our 5-6-year-old, I always tell them, when they ask for something, I just know because your friend wants. I said, no, learn to be unique. Learn to love what you have. What they have is not better than yours. What you have makes you more special. And the more you instill that in them, with time, they become more confident in the things that they have. Let them know that life is a process. Things don't just arrive. Things don't just come to us. So at any stage that you are in, you remain content. When you are 5, you remain content with the things 5-year-olds have. When you are 10, you remain content. This is what mommy and daddy can provide. And I think that from the next video, we will delve more into life is a process. And also that is very key for our children, for us as parents to also really concentrate consciously and intentionally teach our children the processes. Thank you for watching. Just remember, let's help our children to live a content life. You and our children will not be victims of not knowing how to be content. We will not be ignorant parents, but thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye. Somebody just had to show her face.